Hi everyone, and Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to NCHC Between the Boards. I'm your host, Greg Ankers. On tonight's episode, we will look back at highlights over the last 2 weeks of play. We'll also give you a behind-the-scenes look at the University of North Dakota hockey team, thanks to a University Produced Through These Doors segment. We will also look at the goals of the year from the first half of a very exciting NCHC season. We will get to all of that and much more straight ahead on the program, but we first want to get you caught up on what happened over the last 2 weeks, starting with our Spotlight series, and it's centered on the only series in town on December 20th and 21st as the Omaha Mavericks played host to non-conference foe Alabama Huntsville. The Chargers entered with just 3 wins on the season, but they were hoping to give the Mavericks all they could handle as the teams wrapped up their pre-Christmas portion of their schedules. Omaha would open the scoring in this series. Late in the first, Brian Cooper on the power play with a blast from just inside the blue line makes it 1-0 Mavericks. That lead would hold into the third. Mavs back on the attack. Justin Parizek with the blast here. That makes it 2-0 Omaha. Closing seconds of the game now. Alabama Huntsville on the attack, and Jeff Vanderloot gets the goal here, ending the shutout for Kirk Thompson. But Thompson did make 24 saves in this spot start as Omaha takes game 1 of this important non-conference series. 2-1 would be the final. Omaha hoping for a quicker start. They'd have plenty of opportunities in the first. Just a couple minutes in, Dominic Zombo, the cross-ice speed here for Austin Ortega on the doorstep. That one gets turned away. Later, a turnover deep in the Chargers zone. Tyler Vessel comes calling. His close chances denied. Then it's Jake Gensel who's going to carry in. Omaha will have numbers on this sequence. Gensel will drop it for Vessel, who once again cannot get it past the Alabama Huntsville goaltender. It's still a 0-0 game. Then Luke Snuggerud in the act. He comes charging in, takes out the goalie on the backhander here, draws a penalty, but it's still zeros on the board. At the other end, Brock Crosthwaite with a spot start for the Mavs. He comes up with the save here. It's a 0-0 hockey game after 1. Alabama Huntsville, though, would score 2 in the second, so they're up 2-0 in the third. Off the draw here, Snuggerud with the shot, and Ortega finally gets the Mavs on the board, making it 2-1. But the Chargers would answer back, making it 3-1. But 4 minutes later, the great setup here, Ian Brady with the shot. Ortega with his second goal of the game makes it a 3-2 hockey game. Fast forward now, 5 minutes to go. Justin Parizek going to get the tip out front. Vessel with another grade A opportunity, but he hits the side of the net. It's still a 3-2 game. Under a minute to go now. At the other end, Ryan Massa now between the pipes. Turnover deep in the zone. He makes the pad save, and it's still a 3-2 hockey game. 20 seconds left to go now. Off the draw, Gensel with a blast in the circle. That one slides in, and it's a 3-3 game. The teams would skate through overtime. It ends in a 3-3 overtime tie. The teams would go to the shootout for fun. Gensel and the Mavs win the shootout 1-0, but this one goes in the books. 3-3 is the final. Wild and crazy series there for Dean Blaze and company. Fast forwarding now to December 28th and 29th, and some teams around the NCHC participating in non-conference holiday tournaments. Miami played Notre Dame in the opener of the Florida College Hockey Classic. Miami fell 3-2 in overtime to the Irish, getting goals from Cody Murphy and Connor Lemarande in the losing effort. But Miami would bounce back in the third place game, blanking Cornell 3-0 thanks to goals by Kevin Morris, Taylor Rickert, and Devin Lowe. Jay Williams had his NCHC leading third shutout in the winning effort there, as he collected 15 saves. And of note, as Miami closes out the first half of their year, Austin Zarnik finishes with 0 goals and 20 assists. He'll look for his first goal as the calendar turns to 2015. Western Michigan took part in the Three Rivers Classic in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania over the holiday season. Starting on Monday, December 29th, they lost to Colgate 2-1 in the opener. Aiden Muir had a late third period goal to cut the deficit in half, but it was not enough as Western Michigan fell. They closed out this tournament on Tuesday, December 30th, as they took on Big Ten foe Penn State. And New Hampshire and Omaha closed out the calendar year for the NCHC as Omaha played host to the Wildcats in a pair to officially close out the first half of the season. Back to action on the ice, exhibition style, as Colorado College playing host to the U.S. under-18ers for a weekend. Late in the first on Friday night, Jared Hansen gets the goal out in front for a 1-0 Tigers lead. In the second, the under-18ers answer back. Christian Fisher with the sweeping backhander to tie things up at a goal apiece. In the third, CC regains the lead. Sam Rothstein on the power play gets the goal here to make it 2-1 CC. But with just a couple minutes left in the game, Jack Raslovich scores the equalizer here for the under-18 team, and it's tied at 2. This one would go all the way through overtime and to a shootout just for fun. Scott Wamsgans gets the goal here for the Tigers, and on the other end, Tyler Marble with a big save. CC wins the shootout 3-2 after the 2-2 regulation tie. Same two teams met in another exhibition affair on Saturday night, and CC jumped out early in this one. Less than 5 minutes in, Sam Rothstein with the goal here to put CC out in front, 1-0. A couple minutes later, Scott Wamsgans again here getting the goal. That makes it 2-0 CC. Couple minutes after that, working on a power play, Jacob Slavin from the far circle makes it 3-0 Tigers. They'd lead it 3-1 after one and would continue to pour it on into the third. Christian Heil skating in, goes top shelf to make it 7-3 CC. And they'd tack on one more midway through the third on the power play. Charlie Taft with the goal. CC wins in a rout 8-4 to get some momentum going into the second half of the season. Coming up next, we give you a behind-the-scenes look at the University of North Dakota men's hockey program. That's straight ahead. You're watching NCHC Between the Boards. Welcome back to the program. It began as a way for fans to connect with the UND men's ice hockey program. The university-produced Through These Doors segment has emerged into a full half-hour show now in its 4th season. Tonight, we take you on a 2-part series behind the scenes of the UND hockey program thanks to this production, starting with how the hockey team uses video to improve its play on the ice.
As much as fans see the UND hockey team practicing or playing games on the ice, many hours are spent working off it, specifically studying video.
It's hugely important. Like, it doesn't matter if you're an elementary school student or if you're a college athlete. I think everything is visual of trying to get a grasp of things. And if you tell somebody what you want them to do, the best reinforcement is video, because it actually shows you your spot or what your route is or what you're supposed to do. So video is an integral part of teaching.
The coaching staff uses video and one-on-one sessions as teaching sessions.
Position where you can get him right away to squash him, your responsibility is him. If he gets bumped to the middle, that's where our forward goes. So anytime there's a play like that, check around you for numbers.
Yeah.
And if you see that we're outnumbered, then you might have to back off. But we always want to try to squash this play.
UND's video room offers an intimate experience where coaches and student athletes can work through plays, develop skills, and get a better understanding for the game.
Good position here. I like how you're going up the wall, and then you get to a certain point, and now you're coming back. Reloading again.
That's a big thing. Anytime you could stop something, especially with hockey. Hockey's a game of just reaction and reacting to a situation. And to be able to look at it on video and kind of see how you reacted to a situation, what you maybe should have done instead, helps you personally if you're ever put in that situation again.
Oh, it helps a ton. Like, I mean, that's how you get better. Being able to go back and watch film and sit down with the coach and say, this is what you did wrong, this is what you did right. And I mean, it's a really good way to teach yourself and to learn, become a better player.
For larger work sessions, the team will use the classroom where technology improvements provide a number of options for the coaches or athletes.
It's better to have too much than not enough as far as giving information. Like I said, I think there's varying degrees from players as far as how much video they want, but you can find that out through interaction through them as far as, who are the Jonathan Taves type players that feed off it, or who are the players that, don't need it so much of it. So.
Players, too, can study video at any point from any place in their own free time.
Sometimes if I want to sit down and have like a video session with them or watch with them, they'll show some positive and show some negative, and that's really good.
These off-ice teaching moments hopefully turn into better results on the ice.
Everyone's kind of got that one goal in their mind to play, obviously, in the National Hockey League. And I think here the coaches really help us, if not achieve that goal, maybe get close and work towards it. We spend a lot of time with practicing and stuff, but also individual with coaches and by ourselves, whether it's on the ice in the morning or in the gym. There's a lot of opportunity to make yourself better as a player.
I'll try to get more close. Okay, perfect. But those are, that's the first period, and I'll try to get the third period, okay?
Perfect, thank you. Coming up next on NCHC Between the Boards, we'll take a look at part 2 of Through These Doors from UND as we take a look at what it's like for the 6 freshmen on this year's roster. That's next. Welcome back to the show as we continue our inside look behind the scenes of the University of North Dakota men's hockey program through the eyes of Through These Doors, a university-produced segment. We continue now with a look at the 6 freshmen and what their lives are like on the University of North Dakota campus.
With one semester nearly in the books, the UND freshman class have adjusted well to college life.
We're heading to public speaking. I'm acing it. I'm pretty good at public speaking, not bad, but
I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah, one of my more talents.
It's definitely a hard class. Kind of prepare yourself to speak in front of a group of people, especially when you're not very good with speaking in front of people.
You gotta drain out what people think about you and just be yourself. Just go out there and give your speech. I mean, like throughout the semester, this class has kind of been like a speech every week or every other week, but we got a lot of our speeches down at the beginning, so not too much work here.
A lot of time management helps out at the end of the year. I think we only have 1 or 2 finals this year, so it's not horrible.
The 6 newcomers come from a variety of backgrounds.
Austin Pagansky, he's good, laid back kind of guy, so always hanging out in the room with him, so it's pretty fun.
It also helps that 2 are locals, with Johnny Simonson from Grand Forks and Tucker Pullman from East Grand Forks.
Yeah, it is a little bit easy. Like, it's easier because I mean, if I want to go home and do my laundry, I can do that. Or if I want a home cooked meal, I can go home. Maybe like once or twice a week if I really want to. But so I guess it's a little bit easier. I don't know. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, me and the big diesel here.
The Young Bucks. I know me, Schmally, and Pogo kind of hang out down here. There's kind of some sketchy business that goes up in 201. Trev's wandered that way recently, and he's kind of starting to change, so it kind of worries me. But I know me, Schmally, and Pogo hang out down here, play Xbox, but I'm not really sure what goes on up there.
Talking about it's a ridiculous statement.
we get our homework done up
I don't know, we go and do our homework and do responsible things, and
it's nice to go to Squires,
yeah.
and I like obviously a ton of people at Squires. It's nice to talk to people and I don't know, see people in there.
Yeah.
Off the ice, much of the group will hang out together in residence halls, studying or relaxing.
This is Pogo is Dom. Yeah. What are you gonna get, Pogo?
Oh, chick. What are you going
Chick?
with?
I'm gonna go with my my traditional cereal. I don't really like to dig into much.
Schmolly's Apple Jacks, traditional.
Sure, D.
I always get free Pebbles. It's standard for me.
Really good.
I've had that a few times. I mean, it'll get the job done, but it's alright. I'd probably go with that roasted corn.
Tradi means tradition, like what you do on a weekly basis, like what you do every week, like something you do all the time. That's Tradi.
Kind of like a ritual.
Yeah, ritual. That's Tradi.
Pasta Tradi. They always have pasta at night, a little melon in the bowl, chicken, taters, and green beans. All Tradi. It's a good night at Squares.
And you can catch the 30-minute segments of Through These Doors right here on Midco Sports Network on hockey nights leading up to UND hockey. Straight ahead, it's been a wild and crazy first half of the year. Next, we take a look at the best goals from the first half of the season. That's next on NCHC Between the Boards. Welcome back to the show. It's been a fantastic ride through the first half of the college hockey season, and we have seen some fantastic work from players around the NCHC. As we get you ready for the second half of play, let's reflect a bit and enjoy some of the great moments from the first half that was the NCHC season. Coming up next on the show, as you get ready to watch the start of the second half of the college hockey season, we get the table all set for you as we look back at where the teams currently are and where they're headed. That's next on NCHC Between the Boards. Welcome back. Well, as you saw, it was an exciting first half of conference play in the NCHC, and the league race is only going to heat up as teams battle for home ice and the top spot, as the conference tournament will be looming come the middle part of March. As we get you set for the second half of league play, let's take a look again at where the teams currently stack up in the NCHC standings. Miami and Minnesota Duluth currently sit atop with 21 points apiece. But Omaha and North Dakota are right there within a win of that top spot, sitting with 20 and 19 points respectively through 10 league games. And you cannot count out the Denver Pioneers. They have just 12 points to this point, but they've only played 7 league games, so they will be in the mix as the battle for the top spot continues. Western Michigan and St. Cloud State will look to battle for home ice as well as they look to get back into the thick of things. And Colorado College enters the new year just simply looking for their first conference win of the season. The teams are back in action again starting tonight. Denver is at the Ledyard Classic in Hanover, New Hampshire. Miami is in non-conference action at RPI. And St. Cloud State also hosts a non-conference series against Quinnipiac. Colorado College, meanwhile, is at Providence for 2 and at UConn for 1 on January 6th. In exhibition action this weekend, it's Minnesota Duluth at Lakehead, and the USA Under-18 team is at North Dakota for 1 exhibition game this weekend. Flash forward, though, now to Friday, January 9th and Saturday, January 10th, when the second half of league play officially drops the puck, and it's Miami at St. Cloud State, Minnesota Duluth at North Dakota, and Denver at Omaha. All 3 of those series very crucial as the NCHC play heats up once again. Western Michigan, meanwhile, plays a home-and-home series against Notre Dame on Friday, January 9th and Saturday, January 10th. We'll recap all of those games in a couple weeks when we see you again on Friday, January 16th for the latest edition of NCHC Between the Boards. Until then, enjoy the game.